welcome to another yoga YouTube session. My name is Lynette and I'll be guiding you through today's session. And what you need for today's session is just a pillow or a meditational bolster or a couch cushion. Whichever one works for you is okay. I'm going to be using a pillow. Let's get started. Let's just play some music. So to begin, let's make our way into a wide-legged child's pose. But today, our wide-legged child's pose is going to be a bit different because we're going to be using a pillow. So placing that pillow in front of you, maybe you choose to lower your head onto the pillow and big toes come to touch at the back. And then you just lower down into your wide-legged child's pose. So maybe bringing your hands over your pillow and just resting your forehead here. Remembering to breathe in through the nose and gently exhaling through the mouth. You might even bring your hands behind you. Or maybe if your hips are a little bit tight today, you might just bring that pillow in between your hips and your heels, and then just lower your forehead down onto the yoga mat. Breathing in through the nose and gently exhaling. Let it go and let it out through the mouth. Just taking a couple of breaths here and resting our foreheads onto the yoga mat. So maybe as you're lowered down here, just to start to feel as if the earth is just coming up to meet you, and you relax and sink into your hips even lower. Maybe you have your eyes closed here and you start feeling the sensation on your forehead. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling through the nose. You might even just rock your head side to side, gently, just massaging that place in the middle of your eyebrows. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling. Might start to feel as if maybe, just maybe, the ground is just rotating. That's part of the pose. It's totally fine. Just let go. And slowly start to bring yourself back up and put your prop on the side and make your way onto your belly into Sphinx pose. So your feet are planted flat onto the yoga mat, and your elbows, you just slide your elbows out in front of you and you find a gentle lift through the chest, and you just look in front of you towards your hands, and maybe also just find a gentle tuck of the chin, Sphinx pose. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling side out. Inhaling through the nose and gently side out. And just maybe find your normal breath here. And just just maybe to take it up a notch, you might just find a couple of neck circles in your Sphinx pose. So maybe just drawing tiny circles with your nose from left to right, round and round. Slowly drawing circles, no need to rush. You're already here, you're on your yoga mat, stay present. And reversing the circle. Inhaling through the nose, gently exhaling. And slowly start to bring yourself back up into tabletop position. And from here, I just want us to take a couple of cat cows. So you're going to inhale. When you find your alignment, I want you to inhale, drop your belly down, look up towards the ceiling, and gently exhale as you round your spine, chin to chest, cat pose. Inhale as you look up towards the ceiling and tilt your pelvis. And then exhale, gently roll your spine, chin to chest, look towards your belly, cat pose. Inhaling to look up towards the ceiling, stay strong in your tabletop position, cat cowing. And exhaling to look towards your belly button, cat pose. So maybe just going at your own pace here, maybe finding a little play in your cat cow, or maybe you even go a bit slower, just massaging your spine and feeling it move vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhaling through the nose. Gently exhaling in your cat cow. So you might even maybe look over your shoulder to just see if you can see your toes, and also look over your other shoulder, maybe just swaying from side to side, finding a little play in your cat cow. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling as you swing or sway from side to side. Maybe just even bring your right leg out and bring your left leg out, just finding a little stretch in your legs. And on your next inhale, we're going to come into a lizard lunge onto the right. So stepping your right foot forward to the corner edges of your mat, and your hands are inside your right foot. So maybe your hands are just planted onto the yoga mat, or maybe if this is available to you, you might even lower down onto your elbows, just finding what feels good here. Inhaling through the nose. And gently exhaling side out. So you might even use your pillow to put it in front of your hands or just by your hands and lower onto your elbows onto the pillow. And maybe you might even find that your right leg has opened up a bit more when you lower down onto your elbows. So find what feels good. Whichever way you are is beautiful. Wherever you are is beautiful. Remember that in yin yoga, or in yoga in general, we basically just try and enjoy the journey instead of looking at where the journey is ending and rushing things to end them. We settle and we enjoy the journey and we observe and see how our bodies are feeling. so we can be one with our bodies and our minds. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling. And maybe just put your prop on the side and just walk your hands all the way to the left, finding a side stretch, and at the same time finding that right leg has just opened up even more. So you can walk your hands out as far as you can, and if you can't walk your hands out, that's totally okay. You can keep your hands where they are. Inhaling through the nose. We're not staying here for long. And as you exhale, slowly start to come out. And we find lizard lunge on the left side. Left leg come up towards the corner edges of the yoga mat. And the back foot or the right foot is planted flat onto the yoga mat. And your palms are planted onto the yoga mat. Or if this is available to you, you might even lower down onto your elbows. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling. So you might even find that the other side was a bit tighter than this current side, or the other way around. That's definitely normal. Seems that our bodies aren't the same size to say. Otherwise, you bring your pillow in front of you and then you lower down on your elbows onto the pillow, finding what feels good and trying to match what you did on the other side. Inhaling through the nose. And gently exhaling, side out. Inhaling through the nose. Maybe try to just let go of your shoulders. Don't clench. Try not to clench in your lizard lunge. Try to let go of your shoulders and your jaws if you're clenching into your jaws. When you're ready, walking your hands out to the right, opening your hips even wider, finding a wider open in your hips. You can walk your hands as far as you can. You might even walk and lower all the way down onto your elbows in front of you, if this is available to you. And inhaling through the nose. We're not staying here for long. And gently exhaling. Inhaling to bring it back to center. And slowly start to come out and come back into tabletop position. And just finding your alignment here in tabletop position. And we are going to come into puppy pose. So I just want you to maybe open your hips a bit wider here. And maybe just scoot your knees a little bit backwards and lower your chest all the way down into puppy pose. And your forehead is touching the yoga mat. You might even tap your eyes closed here. Or you might even take your pillow and place it underneath your chest That's if your chest doesn't reach down onto the yoga mat already. And just gently rest your chest onto your pillow and your forehead is touching the yoga mat. Inhaling through the nose. And gently exhaling to side out. Just hanging out here in your puppy pose. Inhaling gently. And gently exhaling. And from here, we're going to make our way into frog pose. And so knees are as wide as the yoga mat. And bring your prop and your toes or your feet are pointed out to the sides of the yoga mat. So your right toes are pointed out to the right and left toes to the left. And maybe bring your pillow in between your hips and your heels. And maybe just lower down and find support from your pillow into your frog pose, and your forehead is maybe onto the yoga mat, or maybe you're just hanging out on your elbows, finding a lift through your chest and a gentle tuck on your chin to look forward. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling side out. So as you sink and you just lower into your frog pose, you might start to feel a deeper stretch on your hips and maybe in your hamstrings. Just hanging out here. If this is painful, if it becomes painful at any point, please feel free to come out of the pose and maybe just hang out in child's pose. Otherwise, you might start to just rock your head from side to side if your forehead is onto the yoga mat. And if you have a lift through your chest, you might just find a couple of neck circles. Gently inhaling through the nose. And gently exhale, side out. And slowly start to come out of your frog pose and put your pillow onto the side. And maybe just sit on your haunches here with your toes curled under or with your feet planted onto the yoga mat, whichever way feels comfortable for you. And just bring your arms onto your belly, your left arm under the right, or maybe just bring them up onto your heart. And close your eyes here and just see how you feel inside, and maybe try to observe the changes from when you began this class till now. Breathing in through the nose and gently exhale to smile. Inhaling through the nose, smile, and gently exhaling. And slowly make your way onto your back. And maybe just flop your left leg out in front of you and reach your right leg up so that your knee is just above your face. And then maybe grab a hold of the outer edges of your right leg with your hand into a half happy baby pose. So maybe close your eyes here and inhale gently through the nose and gently exhaling, finding what feels good. So maybe your left foot is planted onto the yoga mat and your knees facing towards the ceiling, or it's just flopped out in front of you and your knees gently lifted up a little. Just find what feels comfortable for you here. You might start to feel a deeper stretch in your groin. And maybe flaunt or flex those toes and find a little play here. Straighten your leg out and bring it back. And slowly start to bring your right leg down and then flop it out in front of you, and then reach your left leg up so that the foot is parallel to the ceiling, and grab a hold of that left leg with your left hand on the outer edges. We take half happy baby pose on the left. Inhaling through the nose. And gently exhale to side out. So maybe your right leg is planted onto the yoga mat. You might even just flop it on the side, flop the knee on the side, or the right leg is just flopped out or in front of you. Wherever you are is beautiful. Inhaling through the nose. And gently start to bring that leg out in front of you and bring your feet to touch into a clam, and lower your knees down into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. Inhaling through the nose and relax your knees down here in your reclined butterfly pose. As you inhale through the nose and gently exhaling, and maybe bringing that pillow underneath your lower back and just relax onto your pillow and let the pillow hold you. And maybe you bring your arms out up at the top of your yoga mat, and maybe inhaling through the nose, gently exhaling. Relax even more in your Supta Baddha Konasana. And as you relax in your reclined butterfly, you might find a deeper sink or a deeper stretch in your groin. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling. And slowly inhaling through the nose, and maybe just playing with your little toes here and just feeling the sensations in your toes. Just seeing how your toes feel. And then slowly start to come out and bring your pillow to the side and hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rolling from side to side here, massaging the spine and the lower back. Sending some love into your lower back. Inhaling some good and warm and loving air into your lower back. And exhaling the tension out. Inhaling through the nose, rock from side to side, and gently exhaling. And maybe slowly start to bring your feet or your legs out in front of you and just flop your hands out into Shavasana, corpse pose. And when you get here, just gently close your eyes and relax your lower back. And relax your ankles as you flop your feet onto the sides even more. And relax your knees down. And relax your lower back. And relax your wrists and flop your hands out even more. And relax your shoulders down. Let go of your shoulders. And maybe let go of any clenching in your jaws or your teeth. Just let your mouth hang loose. And let go of the back of your head. Sink into the yoga mat and feel as if the earth or the ground has just come up to meet you. Inhaling through the nose. And gently exhaling. Inhaling through the nose, relaxing in your Shavasana. And gently exhaling. And slowly start to bring your awareness back into the room. Just noticing if there's any sounds around you that you can hear. And maybe just bring your knees up and then roll over to one side and use one hand as a pillow. As you inhale through the nose and gently exhale. Maybe just laying here for a few seconds. And slowly start to bring yourself up and find your way into an easy pose, and bring your hands onto your knees and open your eyes, introducing the light to your eyes again. Thank you so much, yogis,